you do this one because that's your guy.
No. Which one are you talking about?
All right, hold on. I got you.
You got it. Go ahead.
Young Thug changes plea to guilty in Georgia's longest-running criminal trial. Atlanta rap star Young Thug changed his plea to guilty Thursday in Georgia's longest-running criminal trial, but averted prison time with probation, bringing a stunning close to a chapter of a case that riveted court watchers for nearly 2 years. The plea change by the rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, appeared on the brink of not happening after Supreme Court Judge Paige Whitaker asked if he agreed to a non-negotiable plea. That means prosecutors and defense could not come to a sentencing deal, and the judge would ultimately decide his punishment. The parties returned with a brief recess, and Young Thug agreed to plead guilty to drug and gun-related charges and no contest to charges of conspiracy and participating in street gangs. Whitaker sentenced him to 40 years that would have forced him to serve 5 years in prison, but she commuted it to time served. In addition, he must complete 15 years of probation, which can result in 20 years to be served in custody if probation is not successful. Also, he has to, besides that, Thug has to stay out of the metro Atlanta area for the next 10 years, besides for weddings, funerals, or graduations, and he must make a live anti-gun and anti-gang violent presentation 4 times a year. It can be a benefit concert.
Yeah, he has to do it. There's a lot of stipulations. I mean, he
15
grew up
years though on probation.
It's like what they do to everybody who lives down. This is what they did to Meek Mill. That's why they kept on putting him back in jail. How do you put somebody on a 20-year probation?
That's
crazy.
It's
like they do this intentionally. Then they put you right back into the same neighborhoods because these guys are stars. At least they have money. They can go and move somewhere else. What they do to people who are poor is they put them right back into the same poor community. Say stay away from drug zones, and the whole community is a drug zone. They have nothing. They just got out of prison. They have nothing at all. This is what's been going on.
That's wild.
I mean, at the end of the day,
they were giving all the way. They had the one YSL dude. They gave him 15 years probation. He messed up in a couple months,
and they broke him off.
You're basically a slave to the system.
He had a gun or something like that. Basically, they're put like I said. If it was his brother, I think it was.
Okay.
I think it was one of Thug's brothers or something like that, or one of his partners. I think it was.
It was one of the YSL dudes, but yeah, they threw him right
back in there. They broke him off. I think it was like Unfolk or something like that. I think that was his name or something like that. But anyway, the point of it is they put you right back into these same exact communities where it's already like the whole community is a drug zone. Everybody that you know, a lot of them have felonies or have been in trouble of some sort. Don't communicate with felons. Who are you going to talk to? Where are you going to live? You know what I mean? It's like they set you up to reoffend so they can put you right back in there and break you off with the time.
They're like, why felons can't talk to each other? Why? What are they going to plot to do new crimes?
They put you in jail. Why they even put you in jail then? You're around nothing but felons. That's the biggest criminal school that there possibly could be.
No, they say like when you get
jail.
free, you can't congregate with felons. I'm like, how do you even know somebody's a felon? How do you even know? Like, I mean, they can get you on anything. It's cold game. 15 years probation is wild.
Yeah.
I'd be like, 5 years maybe. I understand.
I mean,
15 years, bro.
When they're looking at the case, I really believe that
they're making sure that he never does what he was doing, what they accused him of again. That's basically what's happening.
I look at it like this. I look at it like the prosecution team. They offered him 15 years probation. That's what they just offered him without all that extra time, without any of that other stuff. Yeah. Just 15 years probation. They offered him that before, but they had a bunch of other stipulations that he would not agree to.
Yeah,
and he was like, "No, I'm not going to take that." And that's why they came up with the non-negotiated plea deal, which would mean that what the judge says goes. It's not already negotiated between the prosecution and the defense. And so he wouldn't agree because they said some stuff like he couldn't do certain things and he couldn't do shows and he couldn't rap anymore. They're trying to take away his whole entire career and basically make it so he couldn't even make music with Gunna, who's one of his artists, one of his most popular artists, who had one of the biggest songs of the year last year, I believe it was. You know what I mean? You mean? I think so. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you really can't. He couldn't take that deal. So, but I believe that the prosecuting attorney, they wanted this case to be settled. They knew that they couldn't win. They had already tainted the case so badly. The judge knew it also. So that's why when during Thug's kind of his I won't say it called a closing argument, but he was like speaking for himself before they passed judgment. He was like, "No, I appreciate you. You're like a lifesaver to the judge," because the judge probably forced him in like, "Hey, we want this thing to be over with. You guys, there's a good chance that we're not going to win. We can't have a L like this on our record as far as prosecution is concerned. And you have an ugly case over here. We already had to get rid of one of our judges already because it was found that he was meeting with the prosecution behind the defense attorney's back, which is illegal. You know what I mean? And trying to make deals with witnesses behind the defense attorney's back. So it's already a messed up case with so many things that can be appealed on. That they're like, here, just go ahead and let's plead this thing out and get this over with. Period. You're not.
I mean, they took a lot. I mean, they're going to make basically he's on probation. They're going to make sure that he's never able to do anything. But I need to see the stipulations of his probation. Like, what can he do? Can he still drink and smoke?
No,
can he travel?
no, he has to take drug tests. No, when you're on probation, you can't drink.
It depends.
For the first 3 years, it's supervised probation for, I forget for how many years, but it's for 3 years he has to take drug tests. After that, you can take all drugs you want to take. After 3 years, because you're no longer on that level, you don't have to go and take piss tests, pretty much. So, I mean, after that, you can do that. But, man, 3 years, man, you better go ahead and sit them 3 years out. That's what you better do. You know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, he said he can be around guns if it's a part of a security team or if it's a part of like somebody who's licensed security team or a part of another performance. He can go out and perform internationally. He can go out and perform in the States too. Is a man, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been life.
Yeah.
If this would have went bad, this could have been life. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
I mean, the whole thing, if they couldn't have won the court
case. Go home today.
Yeah.
Go home today. I'm like, where do I sign, baby? Where do I sign? They told me that. I'm like,
I need a cheeseburger and some
right
pussy.
now. You know what I'm saying? So I get to go home right now. That's how they get most people. Now they got a conviction out of something they probably would have lost.
Got one. Yeah, but he was like, go home today or sit here longer.
And then possibly get life. Because Woody's ass and fucked up a couple times on the stand already.
I'm like, do I have to stay in Atlanta, in Georgia?
No, he's not allowed to live in Atlanta no more. For 10 years, he's not allowed to even go inside of the.
Cool.
I wouldn't care either. I would care kind of because that's where all my family is. He's from Atlanta. Imagine being from somewhere and you cannot return for 10 years.
I know a dude out here that can't come back here right now.
What?
He's stuck in Hawaii. I ain't gonna tell him. That's the homie. He's stuck in Hawaii though. He can't come back because he messed up so much they won't let him come back to the States.
He is in the States. He's in Hawaii. That's a part of the United States, man. He can come back to the States. He lives in the United States as it is right now. I'm not sure what that means.
Look here, sir.
You probably can't come back to Washington State. I get what you're saying.
He can't come back to Washington State. No, he's not allowed to fly back to the States. He's not okay. He's not allowed to leave the Hawaii Islands.
Well, he tripped him. He better go ahead and make the best of it then.
That's what I'm saying. Like a young thug, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to Florida.
If he can get a passport, he can go other places. I mean, you're in Hawaii. You're halfway to going to Thailand, other places like that. Go ahead and hop on a plane.
In France?
Get up out of it, huh?
He can leave internationally, right?
Who?
Look, young thug.
Yeah, he can go. He can perform and go anywhere.
I'm gone.
Man,
I'm gone.
He can go live his life. You can put me. Listen, man. I'm about to be in a cocoon. I'm never doing nothing else messed up again, bro. I'm about to make 1 million songs with everybody and try to make $100 million in the next year because everyone's gonna go mess with Thug right now. Yeah. And Thug actually could rap. He was good. He's not like Bobby. Bobby Smurder was good. He had a couple good songs. He had a time. Thug is good. You know what I mean? He's actually he's actually been around.
Bobby Smurder couldn't rap.
He made the one He made the one song. All I'm saying is he only had one song in it.
He didn't make the song. It was the dance.
But he only had one song is what I'm saying. Like a lot of these guys, when they went to jail and they got back out.
Bobby, bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm about to catch a body.
Hey, this is what I'm saying to you. So, but when he got out, that was over with, though. That 7 year, they took all that out of Bobby. You know what I'm saying? But
nobody wants. I mean, even right now, bro, they're talking about the new Lil Uzi Vert album. Like, oh, he fell off. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna grow up and not like that music. Thug got lucky. He got lucky. He was visible for 2 years.
And at the same time, his music is just different. If you go listen to, what's it called, the Barter, the first one that he made, that one, you go listen to that, and then go listen to Thug later when he started making songs with like real other pop artists. When he was making, I
wasn't a Thug fan. The only song I liked by him was a song he did with Corday. I mean, lifestyle.
I'm not saying I was a huge Thug fan, but Thug made a lot of really good music, and he actually sold a lot of records. He streamed a lot, and Thug was big, man.
Yeah,
he was. You know what I'm saying? Pushing P, all that kind of stuff. They were big. That was a huge movement, and he had Gunna. Yeah. Gunna was monster size. I'm saying, let's be real.
So they're gonna still be cool with, and it was crazy. Everybody got on Gunna like he snitched. He just.
I'm gonna tell you what I told him.
Young Thug said on the stand, he's like, "Look, I still want to work with Gunna."
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He made sure, but this is what I told everybody from the beginning. Man, when anybody who's a boss is in a situation, I got my whole crew in this situation. I'm gonna start peeling them off like that too. If it's me, don't tell nobody I told you to do this, but I'm about to have my attorney make sure he talks to y'all. If you guys can walk, get out of here right now. The less people I got to deal with catching charges and then having to flip on me, the better it is for me. Get the hell out of here.
I'm about to make so much money in the A.
And just in case I need you on the street getting some money right now, Gunna, go handle your business. But you can't tell nobody because they're going to use it against me. If you're like, Gunna said, a Thug said do this. Now I am the boss because I said do this. I'm giving you a direct order to do something. So now I am the boss of YSL, which is a gang and everything else. So go get up out of here. Say whatever you got to say to get out of here. Get out of here. So I ain't got to deal with 40 other dudes who facing charges and might be like, man, I've been in here for a year and a half. They're about to give me 20. I'm telling. Get out of here.
Yeah, there's
That's what a
another
boss
artist
does.
that pleaded the day before him.
Yeah, there's a couple more people. I think like 4 people, like 2 days before that.
It's kind of like The Wire. It's kind of like The Wire, right? If you watch the last season, they got them off. They put a fake wire up or an illegal wire.
Yeah,
and so they got them all on that, right? And then the lawyer was like, "Nah, something don't seem right." And he called him out on it. But the only thing that stopped him is because it had a tape of Levy accepting. What was it? He was taking paperwork from the court, grand jury stuff, where he was warning people before they were about to indict him.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason. But they let Marlo go because he was like, yo, no, Marlo walks, the other ones take the hit. And what's the name? Pleads all the bodies in the thing.
Yeah,
but he
Chris.
was like, but the lawyer Levy was like, look, man, he's like, oh, we're going to make so much money because we just got the dude off a fucking, or a RICO charge or whatever.
Yeah, his lawyer was like, I don't think he should have took this charge, but he played his role the way he's supposed to. He's supposed to say that. Yeah. But you want to get you, because he's thinking, we can beat this. But I'm like, am I going to take a chance on my life right now?
Well, the case was weak, bro.
It was weak, but you know what I'm not going to do? I've already had 100 people walk up here talking about, you got the little dude, why Slime Life, like, yeah, I did it like it was a gang. There's too much talk. I don't know what the jury's going to say right now. There's been too many conversations. Woody, I don't know if they believe you or not, or they just think that you're just some type of clown trying to get me off now after you went in here and said about murder this, murder that, told me to go do this. Doug said this. There's too much talk about Doug and me.
Woody ain't gonna make it out the next year.
Woody's a killer. He gonna do what he gonna do. I'm allegedly.
I don't know why he's so famous right now.
I mean, because if you look at him, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like rats, but I like. Wait, I'm gonna say I like Woody, but I like Woody's all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a rat though. He's a rat. I mean, you can't say it to him because he might knock you down about it.
That don't mean nothing. Just because you're a rat that can fight, don't make you stop being a rat.
I didn't say that he wasn't a rat.
Personal stuff.
I wasn't saying he's not a rat. You never heard that come out of my mouth. I said he's this, but I mean, cats ain't. You know, he really was what like. It say like there's a song I can't remember what it is.
There's no honor amongst thieves, anyways.
Yes, there is. Not amongst all. Don't get it twisted, but there is honor amongst them. You know what I mean, it doesn't mean that it's going to apply to all because some of them are just thieves.
Yeah.
Some guys do just like the limelight. I know people. I mean, allegedly, I've heard things where it's like, I mean, this dude helped this dude out greatly. And then all of a sudden, he don't want to go do the time. That's on you. Listen, that's on you.
Snitch right there. Somebody do you a solid. You get caught doing something. Now you telling on the person that helped you. That's snitching.
But it's normal. It's normal.
But
if
you're
normal,
a civilian
man,
and you're getting harassed by a gangster and you don't do gangster stuff, it's okay to call the police.
Yeah,
that's why you pay taxes.
That's
Remember
different.
that,
folks. Those are two separate things.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Uncommon Courtesy, 1 p.m. Sunday. Catch us Fridays at 7 7 to 9 because we're going to be doing wild stuff. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to use the channel to be the channel. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you see this, it'll probably be too late. But catch us every Friday, 7 p.m. Every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Uncommon Courtesy, we out.